we still kept talking.
How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling like mentally? What y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all good?
Hey, nah, bro, I gotta figure some shit out because I might have a seafood allergy. You know, I don't think I like it.
You might have what?
Bro, okay. I didn't tell all of y'all. Y'all two know, or you know. Hey, so yesterday I fucking broke out in hives out of nowhere. Never broke out in hives ever a day in my life. I'm like, I went to sleep last night. Like I just got home. We had just left the speedway working. Got home or whatever, and we had a seafood boil. So I ate that. Whatever, boom, passed out. I get up at like 2 a.m. I left it alone, didn't think nothing of it. I tried to go back to sleep in the room, whatever. I get up in the morning, the whole night can't sleep, get up, still, what the fuck going on? So I go in the bathroom, and I look at myself, bruh, I'm like, broke out here. I was like,
were you afraid?
I wasn't afraid, but I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
Did you automatically go back and be like, damn, it must have been the seafood?
No, for me, I was just like, it could have been. I was like, the fuck that happened? Okay, I had seafood. I know I got bit by that bug. I got bit by a bug a week ago in my neck right here.
Oh, that was a whole week ago.
Yeah, but I'm like, we did do some research and it could be delayed reactions and shit.
That's interesting,
bro. I didn't have like it was all good just a week ago.
You know what's so crazy, bro? You've never been allergic to anything.
Never.
You don't get sick often.
Ever, damn near.
Damn.
Man,
that's a new development. I'm sorry to hear that. That's
like, bro, so now I'm like, okay, so how do I go best, try to figure it out? Because, me, I'm like, okay, so that just means I need to try some more seafood boil.
You do.
And see if it happens again. Like, I try to get and see what happens, but of course, the powers that be upstairs, and they ain't having that.
You could probably get an allergy test, though.
Yeah, you can do an at-home allergy test.
So, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure something out. So, it's like, it's like the older you get, it's like shit just, like, be shutting down on you.
Man, as soon as I turned 30, I tore my PCL.
Did you confirm that, or you a self-diagnostic ass nigga?
Self-diagnostic. But you know what, though?
It don't take much. Doctors don't be doing a lot just to figure shit out.
Thank you.
Like,
I just researched
what it feels like.
Yeah, like first of all, what it feels like, but then I move my leg, and if I see that I'm lacking movement in a certain area, then it's like, okay, I Google which tendon connects these two bones. And then I look, like, yeah, okay, that's the one. All the signs lead up to it. Did my own rehab plan, you know what I'm saying? Followed it. Late, gave me 2 workouts, rehab workouts.
Feel me?
And I'm still injured.
Hey, Lake was feeling good about it. That nigga not doing them every day. He not ice.
That was in April, dog.
It's October, bro.
This nigga self-diagnosing himself and shit.
I am still injured, bro.
You know that nigga who got arrested in
Florida. That's Austin, bro.
I was doing good, and then I reintroduced squats into my routine. I got a little too confident, and I jacked myself up with it. But
you 30, 31?
I'm 30.
You 30. You can't be lifting that much no more.
I don't even lift that heavy no more.
Get some bands.
I'm not doing that.
Some bands.
I still gotta lift weights, but I don't lift much, man. I thought I had it, and then I'm still limping. That joint hurts, man.
You might want to get that checked out.
Nah, I'm gonna heal myself.
I feel like you shot your knees over time. Like you drastically was lifting hella weight.
Yeah, that's
and
what
you
it was.
you ain't have a history of it.
I didn't.
You ain't really,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
For real, like, you shocked them. They wasn't ready for that, bro. You got big fast.
It's all good. I'm getting back, man. I'm getting my size back. I'm getting nowhere. I'm getting close.
How much you weigh now?
I'm at 192.
I got pounds back up.
Yeah. I was at 183. I was a lower.
I did. I don't think I told you. I told you I was 203. Like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. 194.
Dang, what'd you do differently?
Lance, I gotta give him his credit. He don't even know what he did. He told me he did a diet where he only eat from 12 to 8.
Hey man, I told you that shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't know. I heard him say that. I'm like,
You get his credit, bro? Yes, sir.
You know what's so crazy, bro? I be putting out so much content, bro. I be helping so many people. You gonna say Lance did that?
You didn't tell me directly. Les was just talking about it. And I heard, I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, intermittent fasting.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, it works.
And the weight just melted off. I wasn't running. I wasn't doing nothing. I literally just And I ate a little bit more.
I think it's in our genes,
and it just boom, pop right back, and I
niggas just
feel
stop
so
eating.
much better.
The science
Like,
behind that is
just like
fascinating.
that, yeah.
I need to get you on camera saying that, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I got you. Yeah, here we go. My bad. Oh yeah, this is perfect.
But nah, lose weight, all we gotta do is stop eating.
Like I really don't know why that was so funny.
I mean, but when you think about
Everybody
it,
paused at the same time.
we shouldn't be eating past 8 every night. Like past 8, you need to stop eating pretty much regardless anyway.
Why?
Like,
Why?
well, matter of fact, I could defer to you, health expert ass nigga. You tell me.
Metabolism.
It's just like common knowledge of things that I've heard. Like the later it gets when you eat, just from what, like just osmosis, what I've learned, is just the metabolism. Or when you when it's sitting on your stomach, like before you go to bed, like you going to sleep. So obviously you're not moving around. Your body is winding down at a certain point, so you're not as active, and your body's on an internal clock too. So it's just sitting there. The food just sitting there, and that's just what I got from my lack of health knowledge.
But then hey man, you be on your stuff, bro. You're right.
Yeah, so those are the things I heard, and then I noticed it ain't really hard for me to not skip breakfast, but to eat breakfast late.
Yeah.
Like I could get up and get into my routine, brush my teeth, work, do what I got to do, and then next thing you know, I look up and it's noon. It's like, all right, I got to eat. Yeah. So I just kind of got conscious with it. Like, all right, well, let me just eat from 12 to 8, and pounds just melted off, bro.
I love that, man. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, me too. But everybody can't do that.
Why?
We different.
No, it works for. I heard it works for a lot of different people too.
Yeah.
It's science, man.
Yeah, I know people who've
Right.
done it.
I mean,
worked
but
at
I
the
guess
gym.
my question with that
I've trained.
is sticking to that long term, like, because you're supposed to wake up and eat a healthy meal pretty much when you wake up.
Right.
So what are the detriments or the side effects of waiting until noon to eat?
So that's the thing. Like people say that breakfast is the most important meal because you're supposed to give yourself energy before the day starts.
Right.
The thing about like the human body, and I learned this measuring my blood glucose. So like your glucose is the energy, and when you eat breakfast, your glucose goes up. You have energy for the day. That's where the thought process came. But when you don't eat, your body metabolizes fat and turns it into glucose for your body to use as energy. And that's why that's why you lost weight so easily, because your body had to go through, fat to create energy during that time you weren't feeding it. So there is no
Side effect of no?
there's no detriments at all, man. There are people who eat one meal a day. The science is very established behind like eating from 12 to 8. And that's how our internal clocks are supposed to work. Especially like in the evening, our body is resetting. Blood glucose is supposed to drop way low, and it takes a couple hours for that to happen. So if you're eating right before you go to bed, then you ain't ready to go to sleep. You want to go to sleep, but your body's like, nah, I'm up.
Well, that shit works for me. And even like, just thinking about like brunch hours on weekends, like ain't nobody going to brunch at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
You feel me? And ain't nobody about to try to eat breakfast before they go to brunch.
So you just do brunch.
I just do, I
Yeah,
eat
let's say
from
this
12 to 8. So, and a lot of times I really only get like 2 meals.
I was gonna say, there's only 2 meals right there.
2 meals and some snacks.
And that's okay.
You know what I'm saying? I eat some fruit. Eat my breakfast, it'd be like maybe oatmeal. Sometimes it'd be like eggs, avocado, toast, whatever. Yeah. And then I eat dinner. I just try to make sure I eat dinner before 8.
Yeah.
Good to go.
And you feel much better. You got more energy.
I feel way better than I did when I was 203.
That's what's up, man.
I feel way better. I was probably, you asked when we first started, like, what's everybody's mental like? I probably was just going through some shit. For me to even get up to 203, nigga. I was, the Kroger cookies, boy.
You were tearing them up, huh?
Crazy.
Oh, see, your diet was also not the greatest.
It's killing me, cookies, boy.
that's
But I
why
do
we
want to,
jacked
like,
up.
circle back to that. How is everybody mentally? Like, I know Jordan with the hives and stuff, hopefully you.
The biggest thing I say for me is more so it's like just recognizing and feeling like the different body changes as I get older and shit.
So
Is that
that's the
exactly
mental
what-
challenge that you're going
Because
through.
you got to think about it. It's like I don't think about this stuff. Like I normally move around. Like I'm cool. I'm fine. Don't nothing happen. I'm straight. Like now it's like little things. Like remember when I broke my thumb back in sophomore year of high school? Like I'll be feeling pains. Like almost like I can push like this and I feel the pain in my thumb.
Really?
Yes. So it's like little things like that where I'm like, damn, I'm actually getting older out here.
Are you
Like,
starting to feel vulnerable?
Is that the word I want to use?
That's a
You're
good
losing your
question.
power.
Boy, we can dive.
I'm feeling more human. I feel more human.
Hancock.
I don't want to say vulnerable. I guess you could use vulnerable. I guess, but I feel more human. Like I don't feel like I can. Like I'm out here and I'm not. Like I can't get hurt or like nothing's gonna happen or
Especially, I think what compounds onto that, because I feel the same way. What compounds onto that is watching mom and dad get older. It's like, damn, we.
And watching all the people like that we grew up watching get older.
Yeah, and then watching our kids get older at the same time. This is like,
I'm still 27. Y'all niggas.
Yeah, I
Just
don't
turned
feel what y'all
27.
feel. I'm
Y'all
not
niggas
no
old as
kids.
shit, got kids.
oh, just wait on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wait on it.
yeah, take your time, please.
Yeah, I am.
I don't really, beyond my knee hurting, I feel like I'm in my 20s. I feel better than I did when I was in my early 20s. I do now, honestly. Right now, I do.
Yeah, no, I still feel great, but I definitely can tell that time has been ticking and it's still ticking now. Like,
So does that mess with you, like mentally? Like we get how you feel physically, but
Yeah.
for you, like Jordan, you're even killed,
Impenetrable.
You don't show your emotions. Like how do you be feeling? I be wondering sometimes, like yo, Jordan really just like this the whole time. Like do you have them peaks? You know what
I
I'm
have
saying?
them inside. Yeah, I don't normally like outwardly express them or
you're like-
anything
you're like
like
that.
that.
So it's-
Yeah, I mean it's just one thing I've always kind of like had in my head is like 9 times out of 10 outside of family of course, like people don't give a fuck.
That's true.
They're not gonna care. So it's like why go out and outside of people that do, but it's like I'm not the type of person that wants to go out and I'm seeking for any type of sympathy, even for me, which is a bad thing. Like I'm not really seeking for help either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I'm not seeking for that, why am I gonna outwardly express it to other people who aren't 9 times out of 10 aren't gonna care anymore?
I don't think it's about
So it's
seeking.
like-
I think I know for me personally, it's like soothing and therapeutic to just like get it off my chest. That's why my music is the way that it is because I hold a whole bunch of shit in that I don't even express, but I put it in my music because that's the only way that I know how to express it. And it's soothing, it's therapeutic. I feel good when I do it.
Yes, if I do it, it'd be like, like I said, I don't sleep. So it'd be a late night for me. I'm by myself. People sleep, you know what I'm saying? And I can just kind of like, the way I normally do is I like to formulate exactly what it is that's going on with me. If there is anything, I'll talk to Shorty about it. We'll have a little conversation. And sometimes she does a good job. She'll, ask a simple question or she'll notice something. It's like, yo, what's going on? Is everything okay? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, for you, I'm more wanting to, express it in those regards. Or, if you guys were to sit there and ask me, like me and Lick had a conversation the other day, as brief as it was, but he just, one little question is like, damn, it makes you kind of think, but it's like, okay. It's kind of like, you unravel it internally, kind of like process it, allow it time to like really simmer into what it is that you're trying to feel, and then I act on it after. So to answer your question though, it's like, mentally, like I'm in a fairly good space. It's just, I feel myself getting older. Like it's hard to explain, but like if you're getting there, you feel what I'm saying. Like I just feel myself getting older, and so it's like the older, like the more I feel myself getting older, it's like the more I'm realizing, okay, shit, this time really is like limited for real.
That's when I really started to start making decisions for me, for real, like really stop caring about what other people think. Cause it's like, hold on, man, like from 20 to 30 was 10 whole years of my life. And I feel like during that time, I never really so I did. But I could have did a better job, like sticking just like, this is who I am, this is what I want to do. Part of that is maturing and getting old enough to know what you want to do. But like, man, our time is so limited. And mom and dad say all the time, you snap your finger, you're gonna be in our position. And I really feel like that. And in that snap of that finger in that short period of time, I want to be able to say that, like, the decisions I made were because of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going like, follow my path. And who knows where that leads, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. But I think, I was listening to someone's podcast earlier. It said, I would rather fail my way than to listen to someone else and fail the way they tried to get me to do something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I've heard that in a lot of different ways from a lot of different people. But speaking to your point of that snapping finger, I remember when they were our age now. You know what I'm saying? I was 8 years old when they were my age.
And that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
And
That's wild.
here we are.
Right. I got a question for y'all. So which one of y'all, I forget which one, asked him like vulnerable. And you was like, I don't want to, like, I don't know if that's the right word. Why are we as men so hesitant to either be vulnerable or if we are vulnerable, express that word?
I mean, I feel we're men. I feel like
does
as
that mean,
men,
though?
we're not supposed to show that we're weak.
Why not?
Right? I mean, that's something we gotta unpack. I mean, I don't have the answer. I don't know about y'all. I don't have the answer.
It's like that goes against our job. It's like we supposed to be tough and the protector, not only in physically but mentally, emotionally, and I feel like when we try to, or when someone wants to unpack some things with us or bring out the vulnerability in us, it's just conditioned. Like we're so used to just not doing that.
I personally
It's not
don't
taught.
feel. I don't feel that way at all. I don't subscribe myself to any of those labels. I just personally have no desire to be vulnerable. I don't desire. Like I'm not saying, man, I really need someone to talk to today. I ain't never said that in my life. Not even to Fantasia. And we have deep conversations, but like I told her that today. We were talking and she was like, I like to tell stories and I'm very transparent and you're not. And I was like, because I don't want to be. I just know who I am. And I think a lot of men are that way. And it probably has something to do with our biology. I'm sure like something cellular,
But there's, everything in this life that we know is cause and effect.
True.
So let's say you're going through something and you're not vulnerable. What is the effect of that? Not getting into specifics. Specifics be beating my ass. I be trying to say that word sometimes, nigga. Dog, it just specific. Yeah.
Repeat your question again, though. You don't have to say specific, but
So, like, what is the effect of us holding in that vulnerability? Don't put your...
All right, so
A build up.
here's my thing with it, and it, y'all know me, I can be literal as hell sometimes. So when you said it earlier, and I asked if vulnerable was a word in my mind, and I looked it up, and that's still the exact definition. It's like when you say vulnerable, it's like I feel like it's like, okay, yeah, I'm open to being attacked. I'm not trying to be open to be attacked by anything or anybody.
I mean,
Now I'm open to, like constructive criticism, or I'm open to, people pouring into me in certain different ways, but I don't feel like I'm not gonna sit here and readily reason in my head and say I'm opening myself for something or somebody to attack me.
I don't think that.
I think you're looking at it. Go ahead, man. I think you're looking at it in the wrong way. I don't think like you open up to be attacked. I feel like, well, for me personally, I can always tie it back to my own personal life. But for me, I feel like I open up so other people could relate. Because everybody, like men in general, like we're closed in. Like we don't express ourselves, right?
Man, I'm not about to.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. We don't express ourselves. So it's like we may feel things, we don't say it, but if somebody else say it, it's like, and they hear it, be like, damn, I'm not the only one, I'm feeling this too. All right, let me open up too. We gotta have this dialogue. We gotta have this conversation about it.
I don't like talking to people.
Oh, okay.
that was like, yeah.
Every nigga fear.
I think that has an effect though, like, because I can speak personally, like it'll build up. Right. And then once it gets to a point where it unloads and that's it, bro. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I try not to let myself get to that point, because y'all know me, when I get to that point, it's not good. Like, it ain't good for me, it's not good for whoever's catching my smoke. Like, it's just not good in general. So I'm trying, like, obviously, we grow up and we're taught not to, let me make sure.
No, that's good. Keep talking. I should be straight.
We try to make sure, obviously there's certain, you don't want to be vulnerable to everybody.
Yeah.
For sure. It's specific people that you trust and love that, you're vulnerable to with certain things. But I feel like it is beneficial, like, to the world, like, to be able to get some of this stuff out. Like, for the people who are publicly vulnerable, especially men, like, that's where they have, like, the biggest impact. Like, yeah, like, whoever. I was watching
Tupac.
Was Tupac like
Tupac
that?
is vulnerable, yes. If you listen,
I ain't never seen Tupac cry, man.
So are we talking
about crying?
Are we talking about vulnerability, or are we talking about the ability to be open?
I feel like
that's hand in hand to me. I'm just thinking more along the lines of for instance, I was watching a video yesterday. It was this dude. He had just got out of jail after 11 years, and he surprised his son at a restaurant.
He looked cold, didn't he?
Yeah, like he walked in, and I saw that moment, and my first reaction, I felt the same thing I be feeling when I'm about to cry. Like, it felt like I was about to cry. But, normally, see? Shit like this. Case in point, boy. Like, it's like, I'm not about to tell these niggas I was about to cry.
Yeah, I feel you.
No, but I'm like, damn, that's a dope, touching moment. But it's like we're trained to not even speak like that. It's like, oh, nigga, you a little bitch, boy.
But I feel like it's the same people that do that. Not saying it's you.
No,
that
it's you.
That feel the same way that you feel. They're probably scared to express it.
Niggas, hold on.
I'm not talking about you personally, but just saying for
Niggas like me, we could find humor in shit, but at the same time, feel the same way you feel. Like, we'll do nigga, you was about to cry. We're like, nah, that was some shit right there, bro. Like, that was inspiration.
It was real
but
dope.
Niggas can't get past the joking part, and then it gets the niggas hating.
And it's slander and love, too.
And so,
It's slander and love. So, you can
and that's
joke.
what niggas' worst fear is telling a nigga or opening up to somebody, and then now using it against you. And that's why niggas...
It's like minimizing it to the point where it's like, damn, I shouldn't have said shit at all.
Exactly.
Right.
And maybe that has a lot, in our community, because of how a lot of us are raised, maybe we don't feel comfortable opening up, especially because the first people that you want to open up to are your parents. And then in our community, it's like, boy, don't talk back. Don't, y'all know. We went through it. So, perhaps there's some I don't like throwing the word trauma around because that's one of those buzzwords that everybody's using, but perhaps there is a lot of trauma in our community where we don't feel comfortable opening up because our feelings have never been valid. You know what I'm saying?
So fact.
You're just a kid.
Or do you think that part of it is we don't really have the time or luxury to feel, if that makes sense?
I feel like you gotta make if
You have to have it,
gotta
true.
make that time.
And I'm saying you shouldn't, but I'm just saying, think about, Dad, for instance. When's the last time you ever seen Dad, show emotion for real?
I've never seen him cry.
Never seen him cry but once in our life. But, in thinking about it from his perspective,
That's
he raising 6 boys.
I don't know if he's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but he told me one day that one time where he felt like it was about to go was my college graduation.
That's dope. That's dope.
I don't know if you ever. Hopefully, hey, don't get mad at me, Pops. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that, but Dad's open. Dad ain't gonna trip off that.
You was the first one to graduate, right?
I was the first one to graduate college.
That's
So,
fire.
my mother was honestly over here calculating. He's like, what about my graduation?
Y'all niggas had graduation dinners and shit. I don't know I think I went to sleep. y'all good.
Yeah.
But
you was doing stuff because we went to your graduation. We was all there.
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
No, I think what was supposed to happen was we were supposed to have a big old celebration when I was done. I never.
That's all good, man. You gonna finish.
Regardless, you know what I'm saying? Dad be there for us and shit. I don't know what I'm saying.
I was just like, what?
I think he's trying to say what Jordan
But
was
like,
saying.
yeah.
He doesn't have the time because he's doing all these other things.
That's what I was getting at. Dad is too busy hustling with, okay, I gotta work to provide food. I gotta do this. I gotta get these people to the games. So it's
I just think that's how Dad is, man. I just think, regardless of what, even if he did have the time, I just don't think that he processes his emotions the same way as most people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm similar in that manner, and I think all of us are, where we process more internally than externally. Like, Fantasia and I, we might have a disagreement, but it won't be verbal. We'll have a disagreement, but I won't say nothing. It'll take me a week to start to verbalize how I feel because I have to process that internally before I can speak on it. Because if I speak fresh off my
if I
thoughts,
speak off the cuff,
I need a week to
That's
figure
my
out.
issue.
You speak off the cuff?
I be.
But I think that is the same way. I think a lot of that processing happens internally, and if it's anything like how I process, then I deal with everything internally. So you don't even see it on the outside. And by the time you do see me, I've already figured it out. Like, I'm good, and we could talk about it if necessary.
and that's how I kind of am too. And that's why, like you said earlier, I pretty much stay so even keeled. Not even that too, but it's like I don't want to unnecessarily and unintentionally invite you in when that's not my purpose and that's not what I'm trying to do. So like if it looks like something is wrong with me, naturally someone's gonna come to me and say, hey, what's wrong? Yeah. I mean, I want you to ask me what's wrong with me. There might be something wrong with me. I'm dealing with it internally, but I don't need that outwardly acknowledged right now.
Sometimes you don't be in the mood to talk. Like, and everybody go through that. Like, yo, what's wrong? I don't feel like talking about it right now.
I think the key is everybody just understands like what works for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, does being vulnerable work for you? Because like, while that may work for Late, maybe not. I don't know if it works for anybody here really, but I know for sure it don't work for Jordan. So if Jordan knows that don't work for him, that's not the way he processes, then that's just, you know what I'm saying? Don't expect that vulnerability from Jordan.
I mean, I guess I'm just trying to like dive like into like what the effects of being that way are. I think for me personally, like part of my mission as far as like what I want to do and like the direction I want to go towards is being like more vulnerable and more open with things that I'm going through. Not, you know, just as no like badge of honor or nothing like that, but just to help other people because I'll be honest, like I'm the type, I'm not like if I got a bag of Skittles and y'all niggas is asking for my Skittles, I'm not the type of nigga who's like, nah, these my Skittles, go get your own. Like I'd rather like buy you your own thing than for you to take from my personal thing. So I'm not
gonna take my lifesavers, nigga.
I'm messing with you. But no, like that's because I'm not, I guess like part of me like something I've been struggling with, and obviously I've gotten better as I got older, but I'm not natural like to want to like share and like give people things. But I want like what my mission is like going forward is just to use my experiences and like things that I'm going through or like ideas that I come up with, use that to like help people and inspire and motivate people. Just like things that I've seen that's inspired me. It's like, yeah, like I wanna do that. Because like that's my way of giving is like just kind of like being more open and sharing like some of the things that.
So do you want to be more vulnerable?
It's easier said than done.
Sure.
I do, but I don't know how I'm gonna go about it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think and to a degree we all kind of want to, and like kind of to piggyback with you, because it's like the one instance where I feel like, okay, I do want to be a little more open, more vulnerable, or a little more willing to share, if that's a better way to put it, is like just in my dealings and, you know, with my relationship with Shorty. Because it's like, you know, when you're building with somebody and you're, you know, you want to be able to include your partner in, you know, your stuff you got going on, especially if they're the ones doing the same thing also. So you don't want to feel like you're sliding or shorting her, you know, in that process, because it's like, you know, how can you truly build, you know, together if you're the one that's kind of holding that back by not really, you know, expressing anything. You're not really letting her in on, you know, what you're feeling, what you're going through, what you're thinking, so that she could help you through that process and, you know, you helping her also. So it's like, for me, it's like where I kind of want to, and even to this day, it's still a challenge for me.
It's hard, bro. And it's like, and another element of that is, you know, if you want to like help people on a grand scale, that comes with things like fame. It comes with things like paparazzi. It's like I look like why I gotta like take that to get this, but it's like it comes with it and it's natural. Like, so fame has never been something I wanted. I always wanted to be behind the scenes. I always wanted to be, you know, chill, laid back. Like, I'm not trying to be the forefront of nothing. I'm not trying to be the life of the party. Like, that's not naturally me. But at the same time, it's like if I want to be able to help out the most people I can in the way that I'm seeing fit, it's like, damn, I don't want to say go that route, because I'm still trying to find a way if I could do it without going that route.
I mean, I think that you have to, all you can do is be authentic.
Right.
Whatever comes your way, comes your way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's fame or not, like if you're authentically doing what you're doing, then you're gonna end up being surrounded by people that were designed to be like inspired by you.
Right. And you know, I'd be just fine if one person be good enough for me, and then that one person may handle all that shit that I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But
I've always felt that way.
That's kind of like where my mind frame has been, and getting to that point has been like a challenge. Like just everything, y'all know what I've been going through over the past few months or so. It's been like a lot of weight that I've been like trying to carry and figure out, you know, all that. So
it's a lot of pressure.
I'm starting to like. It's like, let's say I started. No, I don't want to say I started 6 feet under. That means I was dead.
3.
You gotta step into it.
Yeah, like, so it's almost like, you know, I was trying to like climb my way out the hole, and now I'm finally like, I got my head up and I can look and see where I'm going. Like, because at a certain point, it's like, yo, I'm really just climbing out this hole. I don't know, like, the only direction I'm going is out the hole. And now that I'm out the hole, like, okay, now I see where I need to go.
The real question is, how did you get in the hole?
I was just about to ask something similar. If like anybody
How
has
did I get in the
pinpointed
hole?
that reason as to why we choose to continuously be invulnerable, or that moment where you kind of like, okay, I don't want to ever go through something like this ever again.
I think more than anything, it was just
Okay.
what happened.
It was just a deeper way of what Austin just
Yeah, that's what I said. Who said that? I have something just
No, so
similar.
I guess I would say my way of it was just ignoring my true self, for real, to make ends meet and get to a level of comfort that I wanted to get to. Just ignoring like who I truly am. Like over time, you digging yourself deeper into that hole
Without even knowing.
without even
that's
knowing
crazy,
that
man.
you're doing it.
It's like,
so,
yeah,
and
that's
then you realize it's like, damn, how I'm gonna get back up? How I'm gonna get back out this hole? Cause it's like, I even said it in my wedding vows, like, yo, I ain't worried about, this, that, and the third. All I really want is, a family. You know what I'm saying? That's like all that I'm focused on. I don't care what I'm doing outside of that. As long as I have that, I'm good. And then when you get to the point where you have that, like now your responsibility becomes even greater than what you realize it is, because, okay, I got them. I got what I want.
How do I keep it?
Not only how do I keep it, but it's like, I gotta provide for the family. I gotta be an inspiration for the family. I gotta motivate the family. I gotta do this, that, and the third for the family. It's not good enough to just have the family and then just be good with that. So,
and you still got to become somebody that you're proud of yourself.
Right, and yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what comes with it. And the family kind of helps you reveal who you are as well. And that plays a process in that. So just kind of like honing in on that and seeing, and it's like, okay, I got that. And now it's like, all right, focusing on that, I kind of lost myself a little bit. Now I got myself. I know where I'm trying to go.
dope, man.
Let me
So
go
like,
that route.
That's the route that you went down is the route that was designed for all of us. Really, you know what I'm saying?
By society.
By society for sure, and because of how we were raised.
Right.
Would you go back knowing that you sacrificed yourself, not yourself, I mean, in a sense you did. You sacrificed yourself to pursue a version of yourself that you thought you wanted. Would you go back and do it any differently?
So,
great question.
the reason why I'm gonna get this quote off. I'm gonna get this quote off.
Is it a Nipsey quote?
Yep. Hold on, man. I'm gonna get this quote off.
You know it's Nipsey.
Yeah.
If it's not Nipsey, it's Kobe.
I know perfect timing feels like I'm too
too
late.
late.
You know what I'm saying? So I kind of fight with that, where I'm thinking like, damn, like I wish I would have did this sooner. But
You weren't ready.
everything that's happening right now is happening
For sure.
right on time, and like it's revealing itself to me for one, and then for two, I wouldn't want to go back and change anything to answer the question directly. More so because now I can use that experience to help others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's letting them know, like, hey, don't do what I did, or even if you did do what I did, it's not too late. You know what I'm saying? Just pay attention to the signs, see what's going on, see how everything is lining up, and trust your gut. Like,
Trust your gut.
that's what I learned. Like, that was the biggest lesson I learned in 2021 is just trusting your gut. And I got to the point where I trusted my gut, but now I'm at a point where I'm like, yo, I need to, I know it's gonna work, but it's like I'm in a position like, all right, well, how I'm gonna make it work?
Yeah,
That's where I'm at right now.
That's where entrepreneurship becomes an idea and it turns into actual something.
Right.
Because everybody can have a plan for entrepreneurship, but it's in that gap right there where it's like, hold on, like, what am I
Man.
going to do?
And I was talking about this, I think at the the top of the year, like, I want to do this, that, and the third, and like it's all like manifesting itself right now. So my thing right now that I'm doing, I'm just setting big goals.
Yes, sir.
I'm setting big goals, and then wherever I end up at,
That's where you're supposed to be.
Because if you're not setting, honestly, you got to set unrealistic goals. If you're not setting unrealistic goals, you're really not going to, get where you need to be. Because if you set the goal, the target that you want to get, you're not going to you're not going to strive as hard. Because
Right.
like, oh, I'm gonna set a goal. I can get to that, so I can put that to the side for now. I can go ahead and just do this, and then I'll get back to that because the goal is way too attainable. Set unattainable goals. and then you'll be good whether you actually get to that goal or
Exactly.
you land somewhere that may not actually be at the goal, but you're still working towards it and you in a good space from where you at.
Rather overshoot than undershoot.
You said what?
I would say rather overshoot than undershoot. It's like a
I mean,
basketball.
I'd rather overshoot than shoot. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm saying? I lost y'all niggas, bro.
That's a basketball
No, yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, I said right.
If you're gonna shoot, you always shoot past the rim.
So I'm thinking, I'm looking at shoot as the bar. So like you talking
Overshoot.
about I'm overshooting it versus like instead of going at the goal I know I can hit,
You gotta shoot over.
I'm going over that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to undershoot as far as like I'm not undershooting where I know I can get.
Yeah.
So shoot is the bar is what
Right.
what I was getting
Right.
at. But if you talk about it in basketball terms, like Kobe said, I'd rather be 0 for 30 than 0 for 9. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Keep shooting.
Okay.
You know, it's crazy. You chose that path, and like now you barely feel like you're coming up out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I chose complete opposite choices as you, pretty much. But I feel the same way too. I feel like I'm climbing out of a hole, and even though I chose to do what I wanted to do, the hole was the opposite of what you had. So you had the security and the, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff, and you neglected yourself. I chose myself and neglected security.
But I think with you, like, I think for a while, I think you was just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I don't think, like, the things that you were doing before wasn't something, like, you envisioned yourself doing for your life and all that. Or it was just something like, oh, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, so I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And I think now you like, okay, I'm still
You've been able
on
to-
the
you
entrepreneur
married
path,
the two.
but you honed into the exact field that you want to do.
Yep.
And from your trial and error before, you have a better understanding of how to execute now that you're doing something that you're passionate about.
Exactly.
So,
and that's where either path you choose, you almost, it's like you're gonna end up at the same destination, one way
Right.
or the other. As long as you
like-
know who you are.
right.
Doing what I feel with no regrets. Constantly forgiving, but I'm never gonna forget. Always keeping my composure, I won't let them see me sweat. The only thing that really matters is the power and respect in this world. I won't make the same mistakes from all the lessons I learned. Ain't no coping, no emotions for the bridges I burned.